I've done everything I could do. The next is up to you guys, you guys and you guys. And so you have to do what you have to do to make NAAIA a bigger, better organization. Okay, and you're doing that. So everybody has a part to play. And it trembles. And it,
oh, yes.
It touches folks.
What's that,
it moves. It moves. NAAIA was created to be a support system for jobs, contact, and professional advancement for African Americans, and to celebrate the achievements and accomplishments of African Americans in the insurance business, and most importantly, to diversify an industry in which I started in the 70s. And most of the classes and training and everything I went to, I was the only Black in the room.
I have had the privilege of being involved with 3 organizations that are about developing Blacks in the insurance industry. NAAIA was the first, and there's some others. However, they have their own story. So for all of what I'm aware of, NAAIA would be the first organization that got started, and NAAIA started at that time with just a few handful of members. There were no chapters. The whole chapter development process had not even begun that NAAIA has.
I had been in the industry since 1975, and this was like 1996, 97, and I thought it was important to have an organization. I had personally started an organization before, with some people, African American people, but it just didn't take off. And that was maybe like 5 or 6 years prior to that. And I met Jerald, and he had been trying to put it together, and I thought it was an excellent opportunity to do it with other people instead of just myself.
I was spreading the word, going to conferences across the United States, getting business cards, and introducing the concept of the National African American Insurance Association.
At the time, there was an African American advisory committee to the American College, and the committee was charged with developing more Blacks to have CLU, CHFC, or professional designations in the industry. How Jerald found out about the Lang-Dixon Education Day being in Ohio, I have no idea. I can't remember that. But he came and told us all about the idea of having an association of Black professionals.
Around 50 of us from Ohio journeyed to Philadelphia to attend that conference. There was the insurance newspaper, the National Underwriter was there and wrote a tremendous article about us that went national. That was actually the beginning of our national expansion.
Well, those were interesting times. And with NAAIA being a new organization, the call was to get the word out that there actually was an organization designed by Black people, for Black people, and promoting Black people. That's what NAAIA was all about.
NAAIA was actually already incorporated when I got involved, but what we needed to do is to have it incorporated as a nonprofit. And I was able to facilitate that. And I took the organization into my office because we didn't have any staff, and my staff could come and be supportive of the organization.
We discovered that we had some challenges in identifying who the members were, How are we going to communicate with them? And at that point, I then kind of took it upon myself. We needed to find some way to develop a membership database in order to be able to accommodate the growth and work as an association.
At the first convention, or we'll call it a convention, first large meeting, we probably had about 40 people, 50 people. And Travelers, Chubb, mostly Travelers and Chubb, they sent their key people down, even their chair, to the organization, and they supported us financially.
During my tenure at Marsh & McLennan, I saw a lot of individuals that didn't look like me being promoted. So apparently, the head of the office at the Marsh office wanted some diversity, and that was a reason for them sending me to the NAAIA conference. Came back, and my instruction was, go ahead and build a chapter. Okay. Marsh at that time donated $10,000, and ironically, my current employer supported that chapter formation. We were chartered by National in 2006, I believe, at the African American Museum in Detroit, Michigan.
It was just a very rewarding experience, and I felt that NAAIA was growing, and I would spread the word to all the other agents that I knew. Some jumped on it, some didn't, but a lot of them are still involved.
We felt that National is the root, but the leaves and the branches were the chapters. Fast forward, it seems to me that NAAIA finally saw the light, NAAIA National, because the chapters themselves, now you have local chapters, regional chapters, conferences for more chapter engagement. Jerald and I were instrumental in forming the St. Louis chapter, the San Francisco chapter, and the Detroit chapter.
It's a growing organization. We have thousands of members, and the participation has grown. I was told that the last convention we had over like 1,200 people there, and so it's growing every year.
It's like birthing a child and watching the child grow up. So that would probably be the best way to describe that, because when a child is born, they can't do anything. They've got to start learning how to, all they're doing is eating and drinking and going to the bathroom. But over time, the child develops. The child starts learning how to roll over. The child starts learning how to crawl, learn how to walk, learn run, and be able to develop and grow. So you see that, and then you can look back and see that there's something that has been of benefit that the organization has done.
So that means young people, as well as others, have an opportunity to come into this rich industry, this influential industry that has a good future for anyone willing to focus on being the best they can be.
When my term was up, 4 years after I started the organization, I wasn't special. I didn't think I was special. I'm a board member. My term is supposed to be up in 2 years. And they stopped me at the door. They said, no, come back in here, Mr. Tillman. We're going to change the bylaws and put you on the board for life.